it. So you see the, oh my God, it's hot in here. The title, Unifying with Walkers. Take my hair down, it's getting on my nerves. I just watched, what's his name? Psychopath Heist. Watched a live or hangout that he did with some people. And before that, I watched Yapa's video as well, where he discussed some of the topics they were discussing in their video. And so I just felt like I had to do a video about this because of all these coons and bed wenches and stuff. I don't have my window down, so I need to zip my jacket up. It's cool outside. But, oh my God, why did I do this? I put braids on trying to be cute, and, now I can't get the shits off, and I need to do something with the ends, but whatever, I'll do that later. Let me get myself situated, y'all. So, hold on. Going through a lot of bullshit right now. But anyway, as you saw from the title, it's talking about unifying with walkers. And a lot of these coons... Oh, thank you. Hey, Water Sniper. I don't know who this person is right now, so I'm just going to have to, yeah. I'm just going to get you out of here real quick because, I need somebody who's here that I recognize. He was from last week, I know, but I need somebody here I can recognize, and I don't recognize you. So I'm just gonna, I'm a hater, that's why your ass is gone. Deuces, bitch. So, that sound like some terroristic threats right there. I'm a hater. Fuck you and your mama, okay? Get the hell on. I don't need no infiltrators in my lives. There's another person I need to look out for called Red Wings Hockey. I was told about that person. Okay, that feels so much better. I'm gonna start driving. But I need to look out for that person too, because apparently they be on that bullshit as well. I'm not trying to deal with a bunch of infiltrating ass motherfuckers in my shit. Okay? Y'all know how I get, so excuse the language. I'll try my best not to be cussing today. But I was watching that video, or listening to the discussion they were having, and oh my God, it's so bright out here. They were discussing Cynthia G, China Fox. A lot of these, I guess they were considering them like fake woke, fake pro-black type people. And I guess one of the topics of discussion with black people is unity. I don't believe in black unity, because I'm not about to sit here and unify myself with walkers. If you've seen the show Walking Dead, or you've seen any kind of zombie movie, or any movie that would be a symbol of zombie movie, where they're portraying human beings as expendable, as what would be the term, useless to society. Yeah, you told me, and I went. That's why I went there. But first I saw Brother Yapa's video, and then I went to Psychopath Heist live video he just did. I saw a lot of interesting comments in the comment section, and I'm just, like I was just saying, I'm not about to unify myself with people who are coons, dead wenches, sellouts, sambos, you know the list. I'm just not going to do that. I don't see the point of it. It's a waste of time. Once you have identified yourself, or I have identified you, and I have said, based on your actions, based on things you say, you're a coon, I ain't got nothing to do with you. That's just how it's going to have to be. Like, I disagree with Brother Ayapo Yapa when he said he was very passionate about what he was saying, as he always is, and I appreciate that. But he was saying he agrees with like every syllable, every word that was spoken, during that live. I was like, I don't agree with everything that was said. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just inherently argumentative or something. I don't know. But, oh shit, I'm going the wrong way. I don't want to go to this park. What the hell? Let me turn around. I don't think it's necessary to agree with everything everybody says. I would say out of the conversation they had on Psychopath Heist's live video, I would say I personally agree with about 90% of what was spoken by all the people participating. Because there's a problem in black society. And one person, I think it was the dude named Knowledge, he said, we don't even have a community. We have a society. We have black society. We don't have a community. Community is when you have common unity. When you have an economy, number one. You have to have an economy. You have to have a code of conduct. It doesn't have to necessarily be in that order, but according to what I've read and what I've been able to experience, you have to get on. The other guy did say you have to get on military science. And I think that was Knowledge, if I'm not mistaken. Military science is something it should not be intimidating. You can look at history and see military science being used around the world. So it shouldn't be intimidating. It shouldn't be scary. But black folks are scary as shit for whatever reason. And military science is really about analyzing everything from every angle at every time, no matter what, no matter who, no matter how. And you do that in order to obtain a position of power wherever you are. I mean, there's military science is in, obviously, the art of war. It's in the title. I believe the True Royal Family, I think she was going to have a discussion about the art of war. I missed that on Saturday. I was up to my elbows in mice stuff. But, yeah. Up to my elbows in blood. No, I'm just playing. No, it wasn't blood, sorry. I just had to do that. But anyway, I agreed with a lot of stuff they said. And when it comes to military science, you have the art of war, you have 48 laws of power. You have a lot of different documentation. You have Turner Diaries, the White Man's Bible. You have, what else? I can go down the list. All the different books that white men, white women have written to give coded messages to their people proudly that say what you need to do in the event of this. They have television shows, The Walking Dead, for instance. Like, I'm not a big fan or anything of The Walking Dead. I'm not a big fan of a lot of things that are put on media because I know they're there for a reason. But I think that in The Walking Dead, Tariq has talked about this. He talked about it maybe 2 hours or so with Gus T. Renegade. If you go look up Tariq Nasheed, Gus T. Renegade discuss Walking Dead, you'll see the video. You'll see the commentary that they had about The Walking Dead. They went through several different characters and gave a very detailed discussion about the themes and the meanings behind a lot of these characters that were portrayed in the show, and how they negatively portrayed a lot of black people on the show. comment on Cynthia. Yeah, I know. I was getting to that. Because that Cynthia G and Chrissy debate, I don't know who the hell Chrissy is. I know Cynthia G, but I don't keep up with a lot of people, so could just be because my channel is new. I don't know. But I was just looking up some things. I went to her channel and it just said some things about dark-skinned black women are beautiful and all this. I was like, okay, this seems kind of positive. I haven't looked at any of her videos. I just kind of scrolled through and looked at the titles, try to get an idea of what she's about. And I'm like, okay, she's about maybe some things positive. Apparently I was wrong. And I don't mind admitting that I was wrong. According to people who actually watched her videos, who actually know her content, they were like, oh, she's on some bullshit. She's on some straight bullshit. And she's gone from being this dark-skinned women are beautiful thing to I don't need black men. And if that's the case, I had to watch videos for myself or see certain content and commentary for myself. But if that's her outlook, if that's her opinion, I'm not fucking with you. I was watching a video today, YouTube Stephanie, she's out here, probably 20 minutes from me, and she did a video about, what is that, T.S. Madison. It's a dude who's trying to be a lady or something, like a transgender person, and she was saying like, that this T.S. Madison person talks a lot about people's shapes and stuff, and she's like, how can you talk about a natural woman when you're not a fucking natural woman? She was going in on this dude a lot, and she said at one point in the video that I took home, that I actually used for myself, she's like, would I fuck with this person in real life? The person whose content I watch, the person whose content I subscribe to, and I feel like I'm ready to watch something from them. Every time they post a notification, I'm like, bam, on it. If I'm not gonna fuck with you in real life, if I probably won't fuck with you in real life, then I probably won't fuck with you on here. That's what she said. I'm not gonna watch your content. I have to agree with her, and I think that's a lot of people's position on that type of thing. So when it comes to someone like Chrissy, don't know the chick, don't want to know the chick, don't care, whatever. But according to what they were saying in the discussion, her commentary has changed. That's exactly what I said about Cynthia G. If you go back and watch the live videos, I know that LVZ has a video right now live. I was just in there for a quick minute, so people probably watching his Happy Earth Day video he has right now, live video. But I said the same thing about Cynthia G. What was that, Easter? It was maybe Easter or one of those days. It was way back. But her message changed. That's what I did not like. That her message changed. Every other video, I mean, first it's her voice. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. Maybe my voice, I don't know. People say that my voice is a little deep for a female, whatever. But with her voice is so high pitched. I can't process easily what she's saying because her pitch of her voice is so high. It's almost annoying to me. My mother, my grandmother, my sister, like we all have a kind of I guess medium tone voice. The only people with high pitched voices in my house are kids. That's just the honest truth of it, whatever. But her voice just throw me off, and then the things that she says, if I can get past the voice, I listen to what she says, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? You talking so much shit about black men, beta males, coons, da-da-da-da, all this stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got coons out here, but at some point, I feel like her message is going to change, and it sure enough did. When she talked trash about Tariq after he fired Sarah, which she deserved to get fired way before he fired her, after that, I was like, oh wow, she giving the girl legal advice and all this type of stuff. Then I started thinking maybe she's a feminist. So if she's a feminist, I don't have anything to do with her. You already saw my video about Crystalline. I'm, done with that, whatever. But how you doing? Hey, True Royal. Information Man Show. How you doing? Yeah, Christy talks about dark skin, but promotes swirling. That's what they were saying on the discussion they were having on Psychopath Heist's live video. That's what I heard, and I was like, okay, you're dealing with somebody with a mental problem, clearly. Some type of mental issues going on, where you promoting dark-skinned women and you pro-black, quote unquote, big ass quotes, quote unquote, and then you want to promote swirling. Don't you understand? Like, I think Psychopath Heist, correct me if I'm wrong, Water Sniper, but Psychopath Heist and Renee were saying, okay, you basically gonna just wipe yourself out. You're not gonna have a black community or black society anymore if that's what you're doing. She did your right. What are you talking about? She did your right. But yeah, I already have said before what I have to say about Cynthia G. The title is, you're unifying with people who are walkers, people that are already gone. I'm sick and tired of black people saying who are still asleep, or those who, it's the funniest thing. The funny thing is not having pro-black conscious people, black people who know what's going on, who are trying to create solutions to the problems, who are trying to replace a system of white supremacy with a system of justice. It's not us that's that bad saying, I gotta wake my brother up, I gotta wake up my sister, my mama's cooning, my dad was in church cooning last week. That's not the bad part. The bad part is when you have people that's asleep that are telling people awake that we got the problem, that we are the ones that's the issue. That's the issue I have. I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna tell me what I'm supposed to be doing when your ass is a zombie? I should stab you in the head right now, because that's what you do to zombies. You stab them in the head. All right, you ain't gonna be able to shoot them or stab them nowhere else. And I'm looking like, are you serious right now? Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? That's how I feel about it. I don't know how y'all feel. That's just me. I get passionate about certain topics. That topic in particular kills me. I'm like, we don't need no more black unity. Every time we try to have black unity, it's some coons, sellout, bed wenches, Sambos, dumbass niggas out here who don't know what the hell going on. They don't know who they are. They don't have a strategy. Their goal eventually is to get a job and to get some white draws. That's it. I'm gonna get some white pussy, or I'm gonna get some white dick. I'm gonna be white mama, white daddy. That's the goal for them. That ain't the goal for all of us, the rest of us. In China, when they had the opium wars, they were at war. They knew they were at war. And the people in China who were left over, the ones who were still woke, I guess you could say, who didn't get caught up in opium, people dying all over the street from opium, brought in by the Europeans, of course, the British. And their strategy was, we're not going to have any more generations of people addicted to opium. We're not going to have any more babies. And I just look at the similarity, opium versus crack, or opium versus cooning, opium versus bed wenching. Same thing. Because you got to practice to be a crackhead. You got to really work hard to be a fucking crackhead. And you got to work hard to be a bed wench, because that shit is not natural. At the time, I'm sure in China, they had to work hard to be opioid head, I guess you would call it. So the Chinese people that were left over, that were still woke, that knew that they were going to be taken over and there would be no more China because the white men would come in and take everything over, they said, we're going to have to destroy the remnants of this bullshit that the opium war left behind. And they just went around and started popping people in the head. You addicted to opium? Pow, you're gone. And I'm not saying you have to be that drastic, but simply cutting people off and not communicating with them anymore is pretty much the same thing. Symbolically, it's the same thing. And I feel like that's what's necessary. You cannot unify with somebody who's been bitten. Somebody who does not want to find a solution. Every time you try to give a suggestion for a solution for a small problem, they got a big issue with that. You can't go with me. Keep your ass right there where you sitting. You gonna stay right there? Keep your ass right there. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I ain't got nothing for you either, so don't ask me for no goddamn money. Because you had all this time. We had all this time. Been past time to have these types of discussions about these walkers. If you can't deal with the foe within and deal with the coons and bedwenches within your society, like the Chinese did, like the Indians did in the country of India, like several other people have done and other nations around the world have done. They dealt with their coons. Nowadays, it's hard to find a person in another society, another race, that's going to coon it up. It's very difficult to find that. We the only ones that seem to, find that as, one, profitable. There's a money thing, of course. And two, sometimes it's not even for money. Sometimes it's for attention. They just want attention. And I'm like, really? You got to be a low-ass worm in the ground, and a low-ass worm in the grass to be trying to come up on some dang attention. Like that gonna mean something. But while you over there trying to get attention, we over here planning and plotting. And trying to determine how we're gonna get out of the system. Don't bring your ass Johnny come lately later on and try to figure out, I just came from Massa. Mr. Charlie House, and I was wanting to know, can I participate in this this meeting you have? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not mad. I just have a look. I don't know. I have RBF, I guess people call it. People have told me, whatever. I'm not mad. I'm just concerned that we have so many walkers. When they were mentioning Cynthia G, and they were talking about Chrissy. Y'all be on time. I'm looking right at the thing, and you just typed what I was thinking. That's crazy. I agree with True Royal Family. When we are on one accord, the energy our energies get in alignment. And I know True Royal Family, you've said things like that, and it clicked in my mind because I've heard it before, but as a child. And Radical Home Goddess has said something similar to that too. We get on a certain energy, we get on a certain plane. I didn't even look until just now. You're not on code. That's the conclusion I got from the whole situation with Cynthia G and Chrissy. They're not on code. And at this point in the day, it's too late not to be on code, not to have the right group of people with you. I said a comment in somebody's video, the kids that's cooning for this prom and all this mess, and I was like, sadly, something like, I'm paraphrasing myself because I don't remember exactly what I typed, but I basically said, a lot of kids, a lot of us are not gonna make it, kids included. It's a lot of children, sadly, that's not gonna make it because of the sins of their parents. And for you to be against your own people, what are you doing? For you to be against your own people in any kind of way, and when I say your own people, I mean people that's on code, that knows what's going on, not these people out here who are walkers, clearly. When you're against your own people who are like-minded, who are woke, who are on code, know what's going on, I can't fool with you. And I can't fool with your children. Because I don't have time. I don't think we have the time to reprogram your children. Babies, toddlers, okay, maybe. But if they in school and you are not counteracting and counterbalancing what they're learning in school, like a public school, I can't. No, I'm not going to sit here and try to save you and your children. Meanwhile, I'm drowning in the process, and you still wouldn't appreciate it. I'm not going to do that. How you doing, OT 82 Proverbs? What's going on? Wait. Oh, Black Justice. Sorry about that. I didn't see your name up there. Yeah, I had to get a troll or somebody out of here. That I'm looking for that Red Wings hockey person to show back up. And I had a dude named, or somebody named Bin Laden. I got them out of here. They off the channel, so they're, oh, thank you. Thank you, OT82. Back porch, you about to get blocked in a minute, because I'm in China. How about that? Craig J, what's going on? Yeah, I'm saying it for a reason, Proverbs 31. You know why. Who is this person? Back porch? Yeah, I'm about to get your ass in a minute. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and get it over with. That was my knife cutting the throat sound. Ew, that didn't sound right. Yes. So, as you can see in the title, I was talking earlier about walkers. If you got people that's not willing to, if you are willing to have thoughts in your mind, just the thought that you could see the system differently, you could see the system, you could see a system of justice. Just the thought of that in your mind is a revolutionary act. Just to think that. Because if you start thinking that, you will start searching for ways to speak differently. You'll start searching for ways to hone in and accentuate and empower your thoughts. Maybe to confirm your thoughts. Maybe to question your thoughts. That is a dangerous black person, according to the system. Just to think differently changes a lot of things in your life. You start thinking differently. You start eating differently. You start sleeping differently. You start recognizing things that you didn't see before, and you've been riding past that place 50-11 times, and this 50-12 time you rode by, you're like, wait a minute. I think they're gentrifying this area over here. You see what I mean? So all of that makes a difference. And when you're dealing with somebody whose message, as I said in the other live, when your message changes like that, I won't associate myself with that. Because you're almost a walker. Like you right there at the window, and the zombie about to, put their hand in and grab your neck and bite you. You almost there at that point. And if you saw Walking Dead, you already know the symbolism behind that, behind the zombies and the humans. The humans were mostly white, or helping the whites. The zombies are symbols for black people, or white people who want to help black people but are powerless, because all you have to do is shoot a zombie in the head, stab them in the head, they're gone. So all the people who are not awake, a lot of black people that are not awake, I'm just ignoring the white folks because they got their own issues they need to deal with. Opioids, shooting up schools, you know the deal. But within the black community, we have too many people who are walkers, who've been bitten. And in my opinion, I'm not going to try to save these people who are not willing to even think differently about things. Okay, I don't want to hear that mess. I didn't realize what kind of song that was. And I was like, this is a song about suicide? What? And that's another thing. A lot of the music that's out right now, it's some straight bullshit. It's like, because you have a lot of music that's so nihilistic and negative, the frequency of the music is not even the way it should be. You listen to Frankie Beverly and Maze, I was listening to it earlier today, Teddy Pendergrass, Al Green, you have a certain feeling. When you listen to this bullshit right now they got on the radio, I'm like, and this is like top 40 or whatever. Same cadence, same sound. It's something, no, that affects how you think about things. Aaron Collins, how you doing? That affects how you feel. I knew about this study that was done, I think in Japan, but the Radical Home Goddess, a Radical Home Sister, she had went through again and reiterated some of the ideas pulled out of that study, where they said prayers or they said positive words to a glass of water. Then they froze the water, took pictures of the crystals. And they also had part of that study where they played music at different hertz, different frequencies. Froze the water, looked at the crystals again under the microscope. And even at the molecular level, when they did molecular crystallography, where you take a molecule or you take a substance that's frozen in time and you look under the microscope and you're able to remodel what that image, what that structure looks like under a microscope, and you're crystallizing the protein structure, or you're crystallizing the water structure and analyzing the angles, analyzing it geometrically. So they've done those types of studies before. They know that certain hertz, the frequency is negative. Frequencies that are positive, you get crystalline structures in water, frozen water. Frequencies those are positive. The negative frequencies, the water doesn't even look like water. It looks like oil. It looks like an oil spill on the ground or something. Some of it looks like rocks, pebbles. It looks very dead. So you have these dead frequencies going through your mind all day long. I'm seeing kids, on buses or whatever, people standing at the bus stop right here, people going, different places, they got earphones on. I always wonder, like, what are they listening to? Are they listening to a book on tape, or, you can kind of tell what the person's listening to based on how they're moving. That's another way to know. Like they or based on how they look at other people, what they say to other people. Yeah, so go back and look at that. That was cool. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was checking the text message. Yeah. True Royal Family, yes. That's very important. And you know what? That was one thing I was reading about one day, was how everything, of course, everything is everything. You start off, it was Dr. Phil Valentine was talking about hydrogen and melanin. And he said, if you can't harness melanin, understand its properties, you are not in warfare. And that's exactly what Europeans do. They have a melanin conference every year. I'm not invited. I tried going. They denied me access. And I was like, shit. So I was trying my best to get into that conference, man. I was trying my best. And I even had a friend. I was like, hey, can you go for me? And bring me back all the stuff. And she was like, they ain't gonna let me go. Because of the institution she was at, they wouldn't let her go. So I was like, fine. It's very, very specific people that go. But he was saying, if you can't harness one of the most important molecules on the planet and use it against those who possess it naturally, if you can't do that, you're not in warfare. If you can't use things that they don't even know they possess, they don't even think about that they possess it. If they knew they possessed it, they would know what to do with it. If you can't do that, you're not in warfare. You're not a good, wielder of war. And so when it comes to, of course, the food, the water, and I remember True Royal, I listened to the whole broadcast with the buffering, the Black Authority. And yeah, you're right. That's a big concern, especially out here. Hit my thumb on the steering wheel. But yeah, that's a big concern out here, is with the water. Certain people, like, they really don't care. They're just like, whatever. But yeah, Dr. Emoto, okay. Dark Matter. Dead Zombies this weekend. We're gonna oh no. No, Coachella. Yeah, that was that's a ritual. There's a lot of these concerts and these outdoor Burning Man celebration. I didn't know what that was. Somebody told me and I was like, okay, like, whatever. It sound like, I just said, I was like, okay, whatever, that sounds like a ritual. Like, if you out in the desert, nutritionally desolate area, not, for us, we can't eat nothing out there. And that would sustain us for a long time. You can't eat anything out there like that. You out there in the desert, and then you got Beyonce playing right now. Really? Okay. You burning, it's the Burning Man thing, or what a festival, and I'm like, what in the world is this? You know, it's just white people. That's some cave beast type of stuff. Like, that's weird. You're fucking weird. Then you're gonna have Coachella. I don't know where the name Coachella came from anyway. Like, you're doing too much. All this for music. All these amphitheaters, outdoor. We got the Hollywood Bowl here. We got all these different things. The Forum. We got all these places where you can have a concert. You take your ass to the desert. Come on. Then you got people up there performing. Cardi B dancing when she's pregnant. Completely desecrating the black womb and the black woman at the same black baby at the same time. I mean, really? You didn't have to get your ass up there. Beyonce, I don't even want to go in on her. Like, it's too much. I'm not a Beyonce fan, clearly. I used to be, but then I was like, something ain't right with this chick. When I found out that she was stealing people's dance moves, that's when I said, no, I can't deal with you. Burning Man ain't nothing but some old, dusty, naked white woman stinking in the desert. My mom said it's basically Woodstock 2.0. That's, you know, I don't know about Woodstock, but she said Woodstock, people just doing drugs, dancing, acting stupid, playing music, being dumb. I was like, oh, they were being white? And she said, yeah, pretty much. So, sounds about white. I'm trying to get over here so I can park near this little park, and then I'm not going to be on that much longer. Boy, if you don't get yourself across the street. I can't. Y'all people here, y'all be doing some real crazy. Why is this dude running down the street with a shirt and Daisy Dukes cut off? I can't. Okay, y'all, the black men out here, Aaron, please help me. Like, man, we need a black ski mask club or something. I don't know, something. Shit. Corey said that one time. He was like, we need a black ski mask club. Go out here and get these niggas. I'm tired of seeing black men with either a tight ass shirt or no shirt and some cut off jean shorts like Daisy motherfucking Dukes with blonde. Basically, put a blonde wig on your head so I know you a damn fool. And that something is wrong with you. That's another one. We can't, brother, we can't save you, man. We can't. You just gonna have to be there with your shorts on. Maybe you can open your booty hole open when the war gets on for real. Because I'm not gonna save your ass. I'm gonna be looking at you like, no. Okay, I just can't. Ugh. Here's another dude with some damn cut off pants. Like, it's not even warm out here like that. It's like 60 degrees. Anyway, hold on. I'm trying to go through your comments. Oh, the black sun, yeah. And the thing is, a lot of the symbols that originated in Africa originated with us. White people will take it and flip it, make it into something negative, something like just straight debauchery. And usually dealing with their cave mentality. Killing, having sex, or torturing somebody. Those types of things. Going to war. Or deceiving someone. All three ways you can deceive somebody. You said, real Aaron Collins said the depravity is real, family. Lots of cave debauchery and coon enablement. Yes. Oh, because cooning is a disease. Just like somebody who's a crackhead, somebody who's on meth or whatever. And you don't just go up to them and talk to them all nice like, okay, we're gonna get you some therapy, and we're gonna hold your little hand, and we're gonna walk you into the therapy office, and you're gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna do fine. No, motherfucker, you are a fucking crackhead. You own drugs. We're gonna get your ass on those goddamn drugs. You stupid as hell. You dumb as hell. We're gonna get you off them goddamn drugs, because that's the devil right there working in you. The white devil got you on them drugs, and you snorting the white devil powder up your nose. No, we're gonna get you off them damn drugs. And if you don't get off them drugs, I'm gonna get your ass. That's what you do. And you got a lot of people out here, sadly, that's in the conscious community who are enabling the coons. I can't. Learning about the black sun and the white girl witches with the dreads that don't take showers. Shut up, Leonard. Comes from the name of the town area of the IE is in Coachella Valley. Okay, I didn't know that. I was just like, I didn't even think to look it up. I was like, man, this sounds like some bullshit. I don't even want to be around it. Where their film, you talking about the dudes? Yeah, the Black Ski Mask Club can't come any faster. Like, I can't deal with y'all. Like, True Royal Family. I didn't know the sound was black until the sound was black. You mean this? Oh, the sun was black. Oh, I see. The clothes are made to fit tight now. These gay clothing designers. Oh, yeah. Ain't no fast running skinny jeans. True. Yeah, that is true. Said over I do with it. Other blacks. Croon need reality medicine. Animals act better than the cave beast. Yeah, girl. Oh, you telling me? I've seen animals that if they attack you, it's their nature to attack you because you were in their territory, you in their area. You don't need to be somewhere, Lord. You don't need to be somewhere in the woods without weapons, without being prepared. You in there. This is their environment. This is their house. You just walked in and said, I'm gonna eat my granola bars now. It's like, okay, motherfucker, you gonna be a snack real quick too. Like they act better than these people out here. At least an animal knows. I've seen videos where you had the puppy. I think it was a mother. No, it wasn't puppies. Yeah, the mother dog had puppies, and a little kitten was there, a little lost stray kitten or whatever they got off the street. A little stray kitten. They brought it in there. And, the age-old saying that dogs and cats are enemies, they don't get along. That is not true at all. This is an animal. This mother dog had her puppies sucking off her and had the kitten sucking off her, too. Then I saw a video with a little cat. I don't know, it's like a bunch of little cat stuff my mom was telling me about. She said, this is the beauty of animals. Why can't humans do this? And I said, no, why can't white people do this? Why can't they be peaceful like this? The dolphin came out the water and he was rubbing noses like this, rubbing his nose on the cat's nose and squeaking, and the cat was meowing and stuff, and the dolphin he's going backwards in the water and squeak. It was the cutest thing. Sorry, it was cute. And I'm like, you got an animal in the ocean that lives in the ocean, a dolphin, a cat that's domesticated that lives on the land. They ain't never seen each other before. Probably ain't never seen a cat, and he probably ain't never seen a dolphin. But they had enough sense to rub noses, aka shake hands, communicate. The dolphin did a couple flips or whatever. He went back in the water. The cat was looking like, wow, that was cool. That's nature. These people, they can't even get along with each other. So you already know they don't like us. That's obvious. And for people who don't agree with that, you are a walker. At this point, if you don't agree with that statement, then you are the walker. You need to look in the mirror, because I notice people that's gonna watch this video and they're gonna say, I'm not a walker. I don't know, or they're gonna say, I don't know anybody who's a walker. I don't know anybody who's like that. She's fucking crazy. She's stupid. Da, 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 da. I'm not a coon. I don't know nobody. If somebody keeps saying, somebody got to be the asshole at your job, whatever. Somebody's a nerd, somebody's a pushover, somebody's a brown noser, somebody's an asshole, a jerk. And if you're like, I ain't no jerk. Everybody keeps saying there's got to be a jerk here. Motherfucker, it's probably you. Okay, so same thing with the walkers. If you keep saying, I don't know any walkers. I don't know nobody that's a damn zombie. I'm woke as fuck. I'm woke. It's probably your ass that's the walker. Look in the mirror. And look on your walls around your house. If you got Sky Faggy on your wall somewhere, or you got him in your heart, I got him in my heart. You're probably cooning, okay? You're probably cooning. If you don't believe that black people should grow their own crops, should have their own gardens in their yards, in their backyards, in their houses, They should grow fruits and vegetables for themselves. They should can. They should learn how to, standard home ec type things. When I was talking to on one of the lives, when I showed you the socks that had the holes in it, that wasn't just being funny. Like, I was hoping that people would pick up on that. That's a survival skill. Captain PY2, he knows what I'm talking about. If you're in here, you know what I'm talking about. Being able to stitch up a shirt that has a hole in it, or jacket, or being able to stitch up a pair of socks. That's a life skill that you're supposed to learn in home ec class, whether you're male or female. If you're in a situation where somebody gets beat up, somebody gets injured, someone is bleeding, you don't have a first aid kit on hand, but you keep your, certain supplies in your car. I keep certain supplies in my car. One of the supplies I would keep in my car, first aid kit, water. I got my water. I just happen to have it. This alkaline water sitting on my seat because I was drinking it earlier. And now this one's a brand new one. Yeah, this is brand new. The other ones I emptied out. But having a little sewing kit, like, how much space does a sewing kit really take up? You could put a bunch of this stuff into a gallon Ziploc bag in your glove compartment. It's not that difficult. You can put it on the pocket on the back of your seat, your driver's seat or your passenger seat. Water filtration tablets. You never know when you're gonna need these things. Batteries, flashlight. I have a flashlight right here, like, in my car. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. It's so messy. A little flashlight from the dollar store. It's only $1. And it saves you so much. Here it is. Little flashlight, just like this. They're $1 at the dollar store. There's the little light. So it works. And this thing has been in here for over a year. I've had this flashlight. I have not changed the battery yet. So, you can get 10 of those for $10. Pass them out to your friends for, whatever reason, their birthday or something like that. Or just because you're a good friend. Anything. Those little flashlights, water tablets. And the reason why I was saying, as a woman, you need to be able to know these home ec type things. Sonya had mentioned that. Where's home ec? Proverbs 31 said that. Where's home ec class? Somebody's injured. You need to know how to suture their ass up so they won't bleed to death. If they've had an injury that is life-threatening, torso, near their vital organs, if they have a cut on their shoulder, anything that's an injury to that person, you want to be able to stitch them up as quickly as possible, especially if you're out in the wilderness. You don't want to bring animals to where you are. You don't want them to know your location because they will smell the blood. Okay, so all of that was just the clean version of it. I'm sewing up some socks, the nice funny version of it. But in reality, that's what you really are preparing yourself for. You're preparing yourself for when you might need to sew somebody up, one of your loved ones. So what did you say, Aaron? Black Ski Mask Club. Yeah, the Drop Squad. That was the movie. I couldn't remember the name. It had the dude from who played as Kyle on Living Single. He was in that movie. He was the dude who was a coon. He was cooning. He was a Don Lemon type dude. He's on the news. And he was cooning his ass off of that movie. I think I'm gonna watch that movie again because that movie it's a classic. Like most Spike Lee movies, like I think all his movies are classic. Bamboozled, classic. Drop Squad, classic, of course. And when you look at it, even He Got Game, that's a classic movie too. Well, when you really look at that movie, there was a lot of similarities to now. You could put Stephen A. Smith in that movie, put Charles Barkley. I think there was a lady who was enabling his cooning. I can't remember her name in the movie, but there was a lady who was enabling him. Like, she was trying to have pity and sorrow on him. Oh, and then you had the fake black revolutionary in the movie. The dude who played as Prince's dad on Purple Rain, I think he was on Tales from the Hood. He played Satan. That was some scary shit. But he was in the movie, he was in there, and he was a fake black revolutionary. He was like, somebody said a long time ago that the dude in that movie, Drop Squad, was the like 90s version of Brother Polite, and I died when I heard that. I was like, oh my god, because he's taking pictures of all these white girls, and the lady in that movie kind of looked like the girl he took a picture with. Hilarious. But yeah, all that type of stuff, the people that were in that movie, him specifically, people who identify with him, people who are just like him, I can't deal with you. Clarence Williams the third. It's always the third. Like on Trading Places, it's always like the third or the fourth. But yeah, wait, what'd you say? Oh yeah, that bathing habits, white women, which is almost non-existent. I didn't know that I thought it was just a myth that they really don't take baths. But then I talked to one of them, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sweaty." Well, and I was like, "Well, yeah, it's hot out here, you know." And she was just like, "Well, I didn't take a shower last night." I was like, "Bitch, what did you say?" She was like, "Well, I didn't take a shower last night." She said it like, "Oh, well, you know, it's 89 degrees today. No chance of rain." You know, that's how she said it, all nonchalant. I was like, "Bitch, why are you?" Like, I don't know. I mean, I was like this, and then I was like slowly, you know, leaning sideways. Like, I don't want to be by you. I was like, "Why are you sitting next to me now?" And she was like, we just sit next to each other. It's not a big deal. I said, if you didn't take a bath last night, you probably didn't even wash your hands when you came out of the bathroom. You nasty as fuck. I can't be around you. She was like, then she asked me, so you took a bath last night? Yes, bitch. Yes, have a, what kind of damn question is that? How nasty are you? Like, I'm going to have to check your video out, True Royal Family. I can't. You have to remember, like, these people, when they were in caves, the women just let the menstrual just run down their legs. They didn't take baths. I don't even think they had the mental capacity to even do that, even think, hey, I need to be clean. Cleanliness, the saying of cleanliness is next to godliness, that comes from African people. That don't come from them. They didn't know how to bathe. They didn't know how to make soap. They did not have indoor plumbing. The Moors, African men taught them that. The African society taught them that. So for them to say all these, they kill me with these Caress commercials, the soap commercials, the Dove bullshit ass commercials, and they're on there. Oh, you want to feel clean. You gotta be clean. It's gotta be tied. You didn't even wash your own do your own laundry like 40, 50 years ago. You didn't even breastfeed your children 40, 50 years ago. 80 something years ago. You didn't even want to do that. So now all of a sudden you are an expert on selling me deodorant, soap, and detergent. Kick rocks. I'm not. No, I bet them lights was having a good time. I was looking at, and she kept like going like this, like she had that crackhead scratch like every few minutes, going like this, and I was like, I'm seeing her from afar because I was not gonna sit next to her anymore. I said, I don't think we can sit next to each other anymore. And she was like, why? I said, because all of a sudden I was realizing what that smell was that I was smelling, because I kept smelling something and it just smelled like musk. And there was a dude here, another dude there, so I was like, okay, maybe they've been working out, whatever. But we're working on this project, and I just kept smelling musk, and I'm like, what is that? It wasn't this dude, because he had Axe, and he smelled clean, I guess, like clean, kind of clean. And then the other dude, I wasn't close enough to him. She right up on me, and I'm like, no, get back. They're disgusting. Yeah, in France, that's true. I've heard that. I know someone who's from France, and she was saying, I was asking her, what's going on under here? Like, I was like, so what's the deal here? And because she had on cut off shirt, and she's like, oh, this is what we do in France. I was like, so y'all nasty on purpose? Like, y'all just gonna be nasty without any, hygiene protocols? Like, what is your protocol for hygiene? Because if you don't shave here, you know you don't shave them, okay? Like, you got a wig down there. Like, if you don't shave under here, you nasty as hell. Like, you are, I can't. But she was from France. She's directly from France. And she said, nah, we don't shave like that. She was like, she said they would clip it. She's like, we'll just clip it with some scissors. I was like, oh, like you clip a beard? Like, that's nasty. Yeah, I don't feel right, Aaron. I have to wash all the pollution, all of the negative energy that I'm getting. Even if I have a pretty good day and there's not much traffic, well, that's rare. But there's not like back-to-back bad traffic. If I have a good day, everything goes well, all the things I need to do, I've done them. I'm marking off my list. I'm accomplishing everything. And I come home, if I don't like immediately take a shower when I get home, because I have to wash all that energy off me from the day. I just can't. Some people just like, I just go to bed and I take a shower in the morning. You dumb ass motherfucker. You put all the germs from outside in your bed. Now the energy from outside, that people that you've been interacting with that don't like your ass, people that you're interacting with that you do like, but you still have this negative energy on you. You brought that home, got it on your shoes, you bring it in the house, now you put it in your bed. God forbid you have a husband or a wife, or a boyfriend or something, girlfriend that you're living with. Now you're giving that energy to them. You kissing them with the energy from outside. Yeah, some sage, that works. Okay, I need to take care of some administrative business real quick with this one person. But yeah, I can't deal with them. What in the world? Why can I not do it? Yeah, you have to like release all of that, or just get all of that off of you, because that does something to you. Your body is not like that. I mean, your body is your temple. Your body is not supposed to be abused. To me, you're like abusing yourself when you don't keep yourself clean, and when you are out here as a walker, you're still asleep. You're associating yourself with these cave beasts. You tend to take on some of their habits, and I think that's one of the major habits you take on. Some of their hygiene or lack of hygiene issues that they have, and also being argumentative. That's another character flaw I've noticed with a lot of these swirlers and stuff. She probably had oh my God, black justice, that's disgusting. I can't. That's why the white people had a black plague. They were nastier than yeah, they were nasty. And you had rats and mice running in and out of their homes. Running in and out of homes. And they had and you know what? They were so excited because the descendants of people who survived the black plague, the bubonic plague, they have a genetic mutation. Check this out. You probably already know about it. I think it's the Delta 32 mutation, something like that, that protects them from HIV/AIDS. And I remember watching a documentary about that because they were using some type of equipment where they were running the DNA on the gel, and I was looking for the name of that piece of equipment. I still couldn't find it. I kept trying to freeze frame, couldn't get the name of that piece of equipment. I really wanted that piece of equipment, couldn't get the name, so I was like, fuck it. And they were saying, oh yeah, there's a large population of people in Europe who have this Delta 32, whatever mutation. Oh, it's awesome. It keeps us protected from HIV/AIDS and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, y'all invented that shit. Like, I'm not surprised that you're excited that you don't have to get the nigga virus. And at the same time, they were saying, there was one guy, they found out about this Delta mutation because there was a guy from one of the descendants of who survived the bubonic plague, the Black Plague, and he all his sexual partners, I think he was gay, all of his sexual partners died of HIV and he didn't die. And they were, unprotected sex and all that. And I could not find any information, because they've scrubbed the internet a lot of stuff for his story. I couldn't find out what race his partners were, because if his partners were mostly black, you would already know what he was on. Like almost some Jeffrey Dahmer type mess. But yeah, he had sex with a lot of partners. They all died. He did not die. And that was what it was. It was that mutation that protected him from getting HIV/AIDS. It also protected them from sickle cell anemia, from having that if they had a child with someone who carried the sickle cell anemia trait, the haplotype, they would still, of course, not, even if that person had sickle cell, they would not have children with that would carry that sickle cell trait because of this mutation against bubonic plague, which is just natural mutation. But yeah, going back to the original topic, don't deal with these walking motherfuckers. Don't deal with these zombies out here. What'd you say, True Royal? Sin did a video about the Dark Ages. It was sick. Oh man, I'll have to see it. Dang. The Dark Ages were called the Dark Ages because they expelled the Moors from Europe. That's why it was called the Dark Ages. When I was in school, they taught us that the Dark Ages were a time where invaders came into Europe and destroyed a lot of the castles and the properties in Europe. And what I noticed, I remember this very clearly from middle school on up to like high school. They had pictures of the people that were the invaders. They were black, brown, tan, and the people who were just like, oh, we're so innocent. They were all white, lily white on the picture. So that was a reverse of reality right there. So people who lie about history, I'm supposed to trust them to tell me about swirling is okay. I'm supposed to trust them. The people who have been indoctrinated and brought into that system, the swirlers, the Sambos, the coons, and all that stuff. I'm supposed to trust the people whose feet they want to kiss. I'm supposed to trust them to tell me, well, this is what the most important thing that black people should talk about is black relationships, not white supremacy. White supremacy is not the problem. If you black people could just get your act together and start families and have better values, then white supremacy would just go away overnight. Okay. I had that same conversation with a dude last Sunday. I had to go in, tell the truth, and shame the devil. Yeah. They don't educate you in public fool. They indoctrinate you. That's what happens when you have your enemy teach your kids. Thank you, Malcolm X. Sadly, I think I don't think they forgot his words. I think they just choose to ignore certain words from Malcolm X or ignore him completely. And that's sad. But I hope that, I think Tariq says that he's like, all I need is 300. With me, I don't even need 300. Each of us individually have power enough to influence each other and to stay critical of each other and challenge each other. It's like I don't need, 300 people following me. You should be following that person. Follow the message. If you agree with the message, okay, that's fine. That's cool. That's how you build a structure. That's how you start building relationships and networking with one another. That's how you start to build the groundwork to protect each other as well. And build networks within where you are and, elsewhere on out. He said, I wonder if that would explain why Eazy-E died of AIDS, but his children didn't have it. Even though I still believe Suge Knight was behind it. Yeah, I think, Eazy-E, he had the Nation of Islam who were there, who were giving him this, I think it's a root or a flower. But there's a drug, a compound that comes from a plant. I think it's a plant. It has to be a plant because all drugs come from plants. But I can't remember if it's an herb or a flower, or root, like a tuber type root, like a sweet potato or something like that. That type of underground rooted vegetable. But yeah, they were treating him with that. His family said no. They told them to stop giving him that treatment, and he was getting better. But yeah, that could explain why he died of AIDS. But I can't remember if he had his children before he was diagnosed or not. If he had his children before he was diagnosed, he could have had AIDS when he conceived his children. I don't know if Magic still has it. I don't think he ever had it. I mean, honestly, when I really think about his story and I think about how long he's gone with AIDS or HIV, I don't think he has it. Like, I don't think he ever had it. Unless I don't think it's even possible for one human being to have that strong of an immune system against something that's man-made, that they have tested on literally millions of people now, that they've put out on millions of people. The heart-shaped herb Black Panther had. Maybe, I don't know. It wasn't. I know what you're saying. It was an herb. I can't remember the name of it. You can look it up, but there's a name. It's like a flower or a vegetable or something that they were giving him, and he was getting better. They stopped it. They started giving him the man-made pharmaceuticals, and he died soon after that. He could have gone overseas. He could have. We never know. Magic Johnson could have gone to Dr. Sebi. Rest in power to him. But he could have went to Dr. Sebi and got a cure, or got help for that. I mean, you had, I think it was Wesley Snipes. Who was it? Was it Wesley Snipes or Eddie Murphy? One of those two. Probably Eddie Murphy. I think his mom was sick. She got help from Dr. Sebi. Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC, she got help from Dr. Sebi. A lot of people have gotten help from him. And Michael Jackson, I mean, all kinds of people have gotten help from him before he passed, or he was murdered, depending on how you look at it. That fought off AIDS, but he still has HIV. Yeah, so yeah, that's a whole other thing of how you have a syndrome versus having a virus. I mean, it's a thin line between it. That's why I feel like he doesn't have it. If he did have it, he could have gone overseas to Dr. Sebi. But I'm saying, honestly, from me thinking about this situation, I'm like, nah, this nigga he didn't have HIV. Because you look at the time of transformation for the virus to transform into a full-blown syndrome. It's during that time with the treatment they had, treatment options, it would have switched over faster. Nowadays they can prolong it, but it still is able to switch over in a lot of cases with the patients that come in. But yeah, I ain't trying to talk about Magic because his son is his son is Lord, I can't. His son is a booty bandit, and I can't deal with that. I said it. He's a booty bandit, so we can go ahead and let that go. But yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm about to go now into the house. I knew you were gonna laugh, Leonard. I didn't mean to go this long, but yeah. Anyway, I will holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe out there. I may come back with another live or do a couple more, post some videos tomorrow. It just depends. But bye, you guys. Bye.